Hey folks, I want to take you on a virtual tour to my home state of Florida, the fishing capital of the world. My name is Gus One Bear, your host. And for those of you not familiar with my background, I work with some of the most fierce and deadly predators. My occupation and passion has led me to experience some great and dangerous adventures. And if you're a Nat Geo fan, well, you've probably seen my brother and I on season 3, Swamp Men. We're known as a swamp seeker. Then the most amazing day of my life occurred. I married my wife, K-Bear. In 2017, we started a YouTube channel called Two Bears Outdoors, where we launched a wholesome husband and wife adventure team for the world to enjoy. And together we share the beauty and wonders of the Florida outdoors. So join us as we'll take you to the swamp. The Florida Everglades is a 2 million acres wetland ecosystem that starts with Lake Okeechobee in central Florida, one of our nation's largest lakes. Lake Okeechobee is the wellspring of the Everglades. The water that the lake provides during the rainy season creates a slow-moving southward flow which becomes a shallow river. The water passes through diverse habitats, including cypress swamps, wet prairie lands, and mangroves, until it finally reaches the Florida Bay. The Florida Everglades ecosystem is one of the most unique ecosystems of its kind. It is home to many native and non-native species of wildlife. It is home to some of the world's most dangerous reptiles, like the American alligator and the American crocodile. It is the only place in the world where you'll find alligators and crocodiles living in the same area. Also 4 different species of venomous snakes, like the eastern diamondback rattlesnake and the water moccasin, which is a commonly found aquatic venomous snake. Also the pygmy rattlesnake and the beautiful but potentially deadly coral snake. The Everglades has exceeded its reputation for holding many invasive species of wildlife, including the world's largest snakes, like the Burmese and the reticulated python, and even the green anaconda that has been found in the Everglades as well. So with its cultural diversity, or diversity in habitat and wildlife, South Florida has a lot to offer, making it a destination hotspot for wildlife photographers and enthusiasts, bird watchers, and anglers. Now, one of the most popular freshwater game fish is the Florida largemouth bass. The Florida largemouth bass are actually part of the sunfish family that can exceed over 5 pounds. 8 to 12 pound bass and over are very common here in South Florida, making it one of the most desired freshwater game fish for locals and visitors to enjoy. Now, if that wasn't enough encouragement for you to visit South Florida, maybe this will. We have lots of invasive species of fish that has been introduced here illegally in our waterways. Now, there's at least 1,500 different species of cichlids found throughout the world, and 24 of those species are found right here in sunny South Florida. Now, there is one particular species of cichlid that has made a big splash here in South Florida fishing industry. Alright guys, here we got a beautiful peacock bass. Now the peacock bass was introduced in the mid to late 80s. At least 20,000 peacock bass were introduced in South Florida waterways. They were actually brought to feed on the other invasive species, and they have become a major game fish here in South Florida. Just a beautiful fish. Although our invasive species of fish gets a lot of attention, we have some of the most awesome native species around. We have the gar, the sunfish, bluegill, catfish, warmouth, crappie, pickerel, and the list goes on and on. Guys, fishing in South Florida is very exciting because you'll never know what you're going to catch. Oh, wow. Look at that Mayan cichlid. Oh, my Lord. Look at that. To our native species of fish and non-native species from all around the world combine into one water system. You'll only find this here in South Florida. Well, guys, this is Gus One Bear, and hope to see you out on the water on your next visit. Oh, by the way, I almost forgot. When you do come here to visit, just please be careful where you swim. Other than snakes, alligators, and crocodiles, and the occasional bull shark that does make it into our freshwater system, we also have the highly aggressive, air-breathing snakehead, and a few species of introduced piranhas, like the silver dollar and the red belly piranha. Also the pacu, which is related to the piranha.
Hey y'all, I'm K-Bear, and I was born and raised in the good old state of Tennessee. I really came to love the ocean and marine mammals. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a marine mammal trainer. I studied behavioral psychology, but I focused on animal behavior, working with marine mammals such as Atlantic bottlenose dolphins, harbor seals, gray seals, California sea lions. I worked with some otters, even some penguins as well. I went ahead and got certified back when I was in college, and I came to learn that besides the marine mammals, I also really had a fascination with sharks. With so many species of sharks, this makes the Florida Keys a destination area for daring divers and anglers who want to get up close and personal with these amazing predators. And if sharks are not your thing, the Florida Keys are known for their beautiful turquoise waters, great seafood, and breathtaking sunrise and sunsets. Now, Florida is the only state where you can travel to the East Coast and watch the sunrise over the Atlantic, and then watch the sunset on the West Coast over the Gulf of Mexico. Florida is such an amazing state. There are so many fun things to do here. You can explore the mangroves and the flats on a kayak or even a paddleboard. You might even be welcomed by some of the local wildlife. Now, the Florida Keys have many historical bridges and piers. This is great for spending the day fishing, or if you just want to take a chair and a cooler and relax. We are so blessed to live in a state that has so much to offer, and we are dedicated to the production of videos of our trips and excursions for everyone to enjoy. Now, if you're wondering about Two Bears Outdoors and why the name, now my husband goes by the name One Bear. Gus almost lost his life from a black bear attack by a bear he used to work with back in his earlier years. So he is One Bear, and Gus always calls me K-Bear. And Two Bears Outdoors was created. So whether you're a swamp seeker like my husband, or a salt life kind of person like me, South Florida is definitely the place for you to be. Well, this is K-Bear, and I hope this has encouraged you to come and visit our great state of Florida. And you're watching Two Bears Outdoors. Stop.